You know the world is coming to an end. And stop all this pain because Christ is coming. I have come to realize where to go. Ọ̀run ilé, ẹ̀kúlé kan sọ fún gbogbo, ìrìn àjò kan sọ fún tọ̀nà, ìgbàdàbẹ̀lẹ̀ dùmarè. It's like the thief in the night. And no one lè ṣẹlẹ̀ rẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ dògún, mo fẹ́ dògún. Mo fẹ́ kọ́lé láyà rere. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ayé ló mọ̀. Ìràkìtà ọmọ ẹ̀dá láyé.
Hello.
Ọmọ ní o. Ìrètí àjò lọ títí ìgbà dára kó yí padà kó gbọ́ tó lúwa. Olúwa kò ní pẹ́ dé mọ́.
Ilẹ̀ tó mọ́ yẹn. Lọ́lá Williams, what's up? Adéọlá fún mi. Fọlákẹ́ Ayanu. Gbénga Peters. Princess. Global Lax Jimmy. Baby, what's up? National anthem yẹn o. Adébísí Adams. Màmá nìyẹn. Tiwalọ́lá, what's up? Adéọlá fún mi. Mr. Global Lax. Amaka Okoli. Edna. Adéọlá ọmọ ọba. Come on. Olúwaṣeun. Fáṣákí. Whoa. Ṣọlá Gbẹ̀san. Orí ọ̀fẹ́ rẹ ni mo fi báyìí. Pauline Banks. Bolúṣọ́ Àgbòrò. Yay. Ọ̀rẹ́ ti dé tán. Onípẹ́dé mọ́. Yínká Elliot. Dr. Mrs. Azad. Thank you, baby. What's up? Wọ́n tábí fún ọ. Báwo ló ṣe? Ẹ̀ka àárọ̀ mbẹ̀ yẹn o. Tó sì àrí ibi. Amaka Ìfèrè. Ìgbà tábí fún ọ. Báwo ló ṣe lò ó? Oyèdóyin. Ọlánìpẹ̀kun. Kókókó sílẹ̀kùn ọkàn rẹ̀ kó wọlé wá. Ó dọ̀gba nínú ayé rẹ̀. Tóbi Kókà. Sheik. Olúwaṣọlá. Peace Olúwawọ̀yìn. Yé. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi gba Jésù sáyé rẹ̀. Sọ́fẹ́ ayé sílẹ̀. Olúmúìwá Joseph. Padà bọ̀. Ó padà bọ̀ ooo. Ẹ̀rú ogbò bá mi. Lady Ruth, what's up? All right, guys. Share this video on your page real quick. By the grace of God, Fọlákẹ́ Ayanu, Elizabeth Jordan, what's up? How you doing? Glory to God. I don't know why this stuff is just coming in, trying to mess up my video. This particular sun coming out from somewhere. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but all right, we're still going to continue anyway. Doesn't matter. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to go ahead and share the video on your page. Let's get more people to connect at this time. The time is 9:32 in New York City by the grace of God. Marriage is complicated. Marriage is very, 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 very complicated. So many things happening everywhere. I'm telling you, people are no longer interested in getting married because of all the weird stuff going on in relationship these days. All right? Weird stuff going on in relationship these days, man. A lot of people don't want to get married. They're thinking about it. They're like, Pastor Shola, I really don't want to get married. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Do you believe that people believe that if you're a musician, if you're a gospel musician, a secular musician, you are not supposed to have a wife? And I asked them, I said, why? They said, because a wife is going to hold you down. They're going to put a stumbling block before you. You can't go anywhere. You can't travel. If you come back in 2 days' time, they will complain. When you come back 1 year, they complain. But as a single sister or as a single brother, you can actually travel anywhere and go and make your music and make a lot of money. They said, if you're a business person, you can get married. You're not going to make money actually being a businessman and being married. Your wife wants to go with you to business meetings. Oh, you want to go and meet your business partners in the Ikoyi Club. You want to go over to one place and meet your business partners here in New York City. Your wife is thinking, who are you meeting there? We are going to go to there together. You know what I'm saying? And the meeting is kind of like, listen, it's a business meeting. We are not supposed to take you there. You know, why don't you just stay home and let me just go do my business? You know what I'm saying? So they think about, oh, I don't want to get married because the woman is going to tie me down. I'm not going to be free. I'm not going to be able to do my thing. All right? Even tell us, fashion designers are telling me, Pastor, I don't want to get married because I got to go everywhere measuring people here and there and doing whatever. And this particular lady happens to be a kind of a tailor that you can design clothes for men and all that stuff. He said, I spend my whole life touching men. I have to measure them. I have to make sure the measurement is correct. My husband is not going to feel cool about it. Many people that are into the movie industry, they said to me, they said, Pastor, I cannot. He said, Pastor, I cannot get married. I said, why? Because sometimes they give me a part that I have to be a wife, and I'm going to kiss somebody inside the movie. My husband is going to have a situation with it. So, and I want to make money also. So I can't just live my life actually, you know, trying to please anybody and all that. I kind of like, wow, this is a lot of problems out there. How do we tackle this? How do we make this all stuff to work correctly? Am I going to tell them not to get married because they want to make money? No, I'm not. I still want to try and convince them that you can still try to make this to work. It's all about understanding. If I am married to you, like my own ministry right now, I deal with a lot of women every day. All right? Women will call me. My wife will be sitting right in front of me like this. Women will call me. I have to take the phone. I go in my car or go into the basement to go and pick up the phone. I can be there for 2-3 hours talking to those women. And when I come back upstairs, my wife will say, I want customer to take me. And I say, yeah. And then, you know, she won't give me no problem about it. You know, it's more of an understanding. There's understanding there that, okay, this guy is doing his ministry. Women must call him. Okay? It's not like he's going on the phone to go and do shit, no? Or is that? So women must call me. So many things going on. And we need to teach. We have to redefine that word. Okololoriaya. The man is the head of the home. We have to redefine that message. We have to re-preach that message. And we have to preach it correctly. We have to preach the message correctly. Because when we were young, they tell us, Okololoriaya, Okololoriaya. So we believe that we can beat up the women. We believe we can slap them. They cannot do anything. So that was what they fed us with. They put that into us. And we grew up with that understanding that we have more power than women. And we are more superior than the women. So we can do anything to them. They must not talk. They have to come back and kneel down and beg us and say, Mabinu Olo Komi, Mabinu Kwemo say, Matu fight here, because it down. Oh, Matu Dobale, he has to prostrate. He has to prostrate and say, Mabinu Komi, who get ready. If I want sex after beating you up in the afternoon and I want sex at night, you must still give it up. Okay, that's the mentality. We have to go and change that preaching around. We have to go and redefine it. For men to understand that women are not second-class citizens. They are partners in a home. You have the same right, equal right. The same right to God is the same right He is God. Because they say you are the head there doesn't mean that you are the boss. Okay? You are only the leader. You are the leader. The woman will reference you, will respect you because you are the one in the front. All right? It doesn't mean that you have to beat your wife up and do one kind of stupid whatever. Stupid whatever. So we have to go and redefine that word. Redefine that statement. The statement is Okololoriaya. Make sure you understand what it means. It's not that you are being put there to beat up somebody. All right? To abuse somebody. That's not why you are there. Okay? That's not the reason you are there. You are there to be in front and for the woman to actually be beside you, and the two of you can make things work correctly. That's not where I'm going today. All right? I've been saying this for over how many years, I don't know. Now, one particular lady called me, and I was on the phone with her all night. I couldn't sleep. I woke up like around 1:45 this morning, a.m., New York City time, Eastern time. All right? I woke up. That's the time I woke up. You know what I'm saying? And I was on the phone with this woman until 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking about, probably that's almost about 4 hours of talking. You know what I'm saying? 4 hours of talking. Okay? 4 hours. And so I you know, my life is not the same. I feel like sleeping right now. I feel like going back to bed and sleep. But I have too much of assignment to do. You know, and this is what I'm bringing to you guys today. The moment you as in-laws, you don't understand where you belong. You don't know where you belong. There's going to be problem. Oh. You don't understand what kind of rights you have. There's going to be problem. Oh. And then by the time the problem will come, I'm telling you, you will be the one to dance to the music. Oh. You see, when you as a mother-in-law, you are prognosing into the marriage of your son. Because you will be, you are the mother. What is your own problem? Now. What is your situation? Leave those people alone. Let them live their lives. How many times do we have to come and shout on this same issue? And then you guys were complaining when you were younger too, that your own mother-in-law was partly tormenting you. Now you become a mother-in-law. You are doing the same thing. You are repeating the same behavior that the other mother-in-law did to you. That's the same thing you are repeating now. I don't understand us. I don't understand we Nigerians. I don't get it. Those guys, they are there to live their own lives. Why are you here to destroy their peace? Why? You know, why? Why are you there to destroy their peace? For many years, this woman, she kept on enduring. She was enduring the pain, enduring all the abuse and all kinds of stuff, that the mother-in-law will call this girl to come and kneel down. Kneel down there. Oh, Teniton Los America, oh, mommy, look me, wasibi. Oh, family, you are not be West America. Say Los America. If a mother-in-law is telling you all this, a mother-in-law telling you as a wife all this, and your husband is sitting down there, baby, and told you they sit down there, and the mother is telling the wife, kneel down there. I will tell my mother, mommy, you are crossing the line. Mommy, I'm sorry, I love you very much, but you are crossing the line. You can't talk to my wife like that. If you have issue with my wife, talk to me, I will deal with my wife myself. Talk with me, I will deal with my wife myself. All right? So, the issue with this is you as a husband, you are sitting down there, and your mommy is talking to your wife anyhow. And you are listening. You are laughing and flipping remote control. Oponu ayira dato afokungbemu oko osi oko die oko kudie oko won kobo oko bonfita oko ranu ti o lopolo lori. I'm telling you, if my mother should try it with my wife, she will understand that I'm married. That's the day I will tell her my age. If you refuse to understand how old I am, I will tell my mother, mommy, I'm grown. Okay? I can deal with my issues myself. Thank God you have given back to me. But this time around, this is my own time to be able to make things work for myself. This is my wife. This is my home. This is my life. Okay, Mom? If I need your counsel, I come to you. If I need your counsel, I come to you. But this time around, I want to take control of my family. This is my family. This is my family here. You know what I'm saying? And let the mommy know when to... You can't cross the line. You can't cross the line. Okay? So, this particular woman, she's been taking all the abuse that the woman will instruct everybody in the house that you cannot go anywhere. You cannot do anything. If I didn't approve your trip outside of the country, you can't go. If I didn't approve you having a new baby, you can't have a new child. If I didn't approve your wife going shopping, she can't go shopping. So, that's what she did to all her children. That's exactly what she did to all her kids. She is in charge, controlling all her children. And all of them will sit down in the meeting with their wife kneeling down. I'm talking about 4 boys. 4 boys sitting on the couch. And their wives leaning down right there in front of the mommy. And the mommy will be instructing them what they must do. And what their husband has reported them to mommy, and mommy is the disciplinarian in the house, and mommy is disciplining them one by one, and the women will kneel down there and be looking as if to say they are nothing. I asked the lady, I said, how much money do they have in their family? He said, they are okay. I said, they are okay. What do you mean they are okay? Are they as rich as Dangote? He said, no, sir. I said, are they rich as $10? They said, no. I said, are they very rich like Donald Trump? He said, no. I said, mommy. Now, this particular woman couldn't take it anymore. And one thing she did was she had to move out of the house. And she went to rent her own apartment somewhere. And then the boy will go there to go. He said, he will come there and beg. I said, I love you. Don't leave me. I love you. How about my children? And this and this and that. And this. They have a kid together. A very small boy. And then the boy will come and beg the wife. The wife will say, okay, come inside. Then they will have sex and all kinds of stuff. They feel good. They go out together. And the moment the boy will tell the mother, say, I went out with my wife yesterday. Then problem will start again. So the woman went through it for several months, several years. And this time around, she couldn't take it anymore. And then she said to me, said, Pastor, he came by the house yesterday. I said, what did you do? He said, I pick up our son. And I actually put him out in the balcony. I was about to drop him down. That let us kill this boy. So that nothing will be in between me and you again. That I can walk away and never even think about ever marrying you. And you and your mommy can go and get married, and I can go and find somebody else that will marry me, that will love me. And I was like, are you kidding me? Your own son? You want to throw her down from the balcony upstairs, down to the ground and kill the boy? I said, madam, you're not going to go scot-free. You're two going to rot in jail. And the memory of you killing your son is going to linger forever. And that's what's going to make you go crazy. And that boy will go and get married again. And then you will be seeing them on Facebook, how they get married and they're doing their lives. I say, you don't want to think like that. It's a stupid mother that will think like that you want to take the life of your own child. You don't need that. I said, madam, are you done with that family? He said, yes, I'm done, sir. He said, my head is actually going crazy. I said, the next thing you can do is go and divorce the man, walk away, get a time when she can come over and take care of her kid. If he wants to be in the life of the kid, you don't want to go through this abuse anymore, divorce that man. And she said to me, hey, Pastor, if I divorce the man, how about my parents? How about the church of God? I said, by the time you die, by the time you go to jail, are you not thinking that it is better for you to divorce the man than for you to kill innocent boy? You didn't believe that it is good for you to divorce that man instead of you going to prison or you dying facing firing squad? Which one is better? He said, our church, we don't believe in divorce. I said, something is wrong with your church. If your church don't believe in divorce, they believe in killing people. Is that what your pastor believes in? Your pastor believes in you killing innocent children? Your pastor believes in you going to jail? What kind of pastor do you have? That I need to slap some rema into his head. That his head is not really correct. His head is not thinking correctly. I'm telling you. There are so many people in this same situation right now. That they go all around the place, listen to what kind of stupid stuff a pastor is saying. And the pastor will change the music on his own children. When is the pastor's children? Pastor will preach that stupid message to them. He will preach something different. One particular woman, the husband walked away from the house 14 years ago. 14 years ago, the man packed his belongings and he walked out of the house. When the guy walked out of the house, the woman went to the pastor and said, "Oh, me this hello." The pastor prayed cool. Mama said, madam, you can't do anything. He said, why not? He said, because now you cannot get married until your ex-husband will die. So you have to continue to wait for your husband to die before you can actually get married to anybody. The man already got married to a woman. They already have 2 kids in 14 years. And I'm still here, rotting. I'm rotting in depression here. I look at the face of the woman and say, ah, Mama, you allow one stupid man to run your life for you. A stupid man to run your life for you. And that pastor is traveling everywhere. Oh, I want to see banana pastor every day. One banana pastor say no every day, but pastor say every day. One bad life. Pastor is traveling to Cameroon, going to South Africa. Pastor is traveling to America, is going to mountain. Every mountain in the world, your pastor have gone there. And the pastor put you in depression. And you allow a man to run your life for you. Are you stupid? I was about to slap that woman. I want to slap her red and blue. Now, when exactly are you Nigerians going to learn? When exactly are you Africans going to learn and read your Bible correctly and be able to do the things that is right? Instead of you allowing somebody to run your life. Somebody to run your life for you. I find it very difficult. So I told that young lady, I said, listen to me. There are so many people in this same situation. They are passing through abuse in their relationship in the hands of their mother-in-laws. I'm telling you, if I'm a woman, mother-in-law me ma damn me big time. Ma so what on me ni pepe. Ma so bita yes mother-in-law ma so bita ye wafu. Thank you very much for coming to our house. You have only 3 days to spend here. You have 1 month to spend in this house. We will come and visit you when you are needed, when we need to visit you. You can't come here and come and dabaru our families. This is not the right thing for you to do. Now, if my husband is the kind of Bewudani kind of husband that don't know how to balance up the question, I will slap him red and blue. Try me. Or come and marry me. Marry me as Shola woman, as a woman. If I turn to be a woman, can that the woman, go and marry me, come and marry me. Mommy, I damn me. Mommy, I go room. I'm not kidding. You what? Mommy, I go room. My 40 Mama 40 current you okay. My 30 said, but Tagbari have correctly. I'm not kidding. For it, because me, I don't care. You can divorce me tomorrow, walk out, and that's good for you. You can go, another person is coming. I know what the Bible is saying concerning me. I am not Bewudani. I am not just ordinary. I am a royal priesthood, okay? I'm a peculiar person. I am the best of God. I deserve to be treated with respect. Nobody will come here and be telling me to kneel down. Kneel down for where? You want to be me? Are you my mother? This is my husband here. This is my husband in this place. My husband is supposed to be able to tell you that I'm actually very respectful. You don't come here and be running my life for me. You can't do that. So now, this particular sister was about to kill her own son. About to kill her son. For what reason? Because of so much pressure of the in-laws. Can you guys leave these people alone? Let them love themselves. The brother is in love with his wife. The mother don't want him to be married. Mother wants to be in charge forever. Mother wants to be in charge, wants to know when they have sex, wants to know when they go shopping, wants to know when they do this, when they do all kinds of stuff. What is wrong with you, mommy? And you only joke. Don't you have a husband? Hello, marry me. Hello, go and look for another person to marry. Go and get busy. Okay? Go and get busy. Tell your mother, mommy, she fine. You are still very fine and still marketable. Go and register with Pastor Shola Singles Connect. They come by and walk out to 70, 80 years old. Can you man be banana sere? Jackie mommy hello banana time kakiri. If your mommy is not having banana to play with, she will come and be playing with your own banana. You don't need your mommy and you are your own banana in the hand of your mommy. Tell your mommy, mommy, I'm not your husband. Go and marry somebody. Okay? There are so many banana walking around there that you can go and be playing with. When mommy is busy, he won't have time for your family. When mommy is busy, mommy must be busy. If mommy is not busy, mommy will be prognosing to something that doesn't concern him. I mean, her. Tell mommy, Emma law. Get busy. If Pastor Shola will find you a man, tell her to come and register with me. Okay? It doesn't matter your age. You may be 60, you may be 70, and you are looking to settle down. We will find you somebody to marry you. You are still marriageable. So you don't have to worry yourself and say, Kinikon, don't bother yourself. You will still find someone to marry you and get busy. If mama is saying, I have a covenant with my husband, and my husband is the same mama, the covenant is broken the moment my daddy is dead. My daddy is dead, and the covenant is broken already. Mommy, hello, marry. Okay, my father will be happy when he sees you holding another person's banana. My daddy won't appear to you. Okay, my daddy won't appear. My daddy will not feel bad. He will be very happy. Hello, what banana? Hello, busy. If your mommy is saying, I already told your daddy I will not get married when I die, when he dies, and all kinds of stuff, tell the woman, say, tell about to marry, Emma delay me ma. She cannot tell about to marry, Emma delay me ma. You see, there are so many, don't get me wrong, there are so many mother-in-laws that are very good. That I love those mother-in-laws. They know where they're supposed to stay. They know where they must not stay. When they come into your house, you keep them in a room, they stay there. And then they come out, and then they say, hey, when you keep by say, what can I do for you? This and this and that. She will ask you. When husband and wife, when they are fighting, the mama will carry her Bible and go to her room and be praying, Jesus, Bami, Jesus, Wonimu, Kepe, and woman Tinja, Oluwabanda, Solo, Majekan Jamo, Oluwaran Milo. The mama will be praying in the room, and she will allow those kids to fight, and she will not take sides. Even if they call mama and say, Mama, Anja, Nlewa, Ìyàwó mi Tinuke, o se kan baba yo, baba bo de se para. The woman won't even take side. He will look at whosoever has offended the whole person and say, Oya kunle ki, ìwọ náà sọ pé kó má bínú mọ́, ọkọ ló lórí aya o, èèyàn máa respect ọkọ ẹ̀ ni o, èèyàn respect ìyàwó ni o. This and this. The mama won't take side. Those are good mother-in-laws. Those are good mother-in-laws. But mother-in-laws that are actually very, very crazy. They believe that the mother of the son they have to. He said, I found that one. This mother-in-law didn't know that it is the wife of the man that bought the household. The woman didn't know that the wife is the one that bought the Mercedes Benz. The mother didn't know that the woman is the one making all the money. She came from nowhere. And she began to talk nonsense. And the son sat down there and was watching TV. And the woman said, Dogu, so for mommy now, say, what do you want me to tell my mom? So for my population, mommy and so rather that will see. Can be my moto jade, me be moto jade modelo. Kilo come mommy and peluye. Moto meeting for womira. Kilo come my pelue. He want to forward a moto mommy, Tommy Ram, my egbenu dake, but mobile law and lawsuit. And pada loss in your forward of it at Waleko, and people about the work my law. Whatever is between husband and wife, you don't have to come here and be prognosing there. Which one be your own? Who is you? Who you be? So these are the things. But I'm not going to blame the wife, and I'm not going to blame the mother. I'm going to blame the son. I will blame you as a man. You should be able to let your mommy know you are grown. You are a matured man, a responsible man. This is your home. All right, mommy, you are a visitor in my home. Okay? My family is my wife and my children. All right? You coming in here as my mother, you are a visitor in this home. I love you. I love you, Dorito, mommy. But listen, man, whatever is going on between me and my wife is my business, not yours. Not yours. All right? Not yours. It's my business, not yours. So let the mama be able to understand. The moment you correct mama first time, second time, the third time, mama won't try it again. Mama won't try it again. But if you as a man, you kept quiet, you are not looking like glucose. You are looking like Mumudia. And your mother is actually telling your wife some nonsense and crazy stupid stuff. And you are not able to correct your mother. You are the one that will destroy your own home by yourself. All right? And by the time the woman will now start replying, when your mother is saying some nasty stuff and your wife is not saying, Mommy, more respecting you. I'm only respecting you. If not for my husband, I'm respecting you. Wọ́n gé ẹnu tèmi náà falágbáfọ́ wọ́n palọ́ọ̀kì ẹnu mi o mo lè sọ̀rọ̀ Now, the moment the wife is now responding, then they now say, he's a bad wife. Oh, she's a bad wife. She's a bad. And you women, always remember, whatever goes around will always come around. Okay? Now, when you are blaming your mother-in-law now, don't let it be that by the time you now come and become mother-in-law, you too, you start doing crazy stuff the same way your mother-in-law did at home. Be the one to change mother-in-law status. Be the one to transform the mother-in-law level. Let mother-in-law, let them hear this and let them change. All right? You change. Change things around. So that when your own son will get married, your own son, your daughter-in-law will have peace. You will be prognosing. That's why I always tell you, go and prepare for retirement. If you start a business, if you buy properties, if you buy land, if you buy whatever it is that you are supposed to buy, you at your old age, you will have money to sustain yourself. You won't be depending upon your son. You won't depend on your son to be able to get money. You will be very busy. You will be traveling from one house to another house, checking out your properties, collecting money here, collecting money everywhere. When you come to America to visit them, you will be the one buying them food stuff. And say, they will respect you. And you tell them, I'm only staying for 2 weeks. So they say, mama, hey, don't stay for 2 weeks. Stay here for 1 year. They say, I can't. I have a lot of business to go and oversee in Africa. My property is here. My property is there. My business is in this place. You will be busy. You will be going from one place to the other. And he says, money, my joke was America. You know, grandmother at the age of 45. You are grandmother at the age of 50. And you come and sit in America and say, you're supposed to go and find something to be doing. Okay? Leave those kids alone. Let them live their life. When you come to America, get your green card and go to work. Okay? We see 70-year-old men in Walmart. They are doorkeepers in Walmart. They get salary from the Walmart. You too, go and find something to do. Maybe you want to go and become a babysitter, or you want to go and do nursing. Go and do something at the age of 50. You are not supposed to be sitting down there and be watching TV. Oh, Yoruba movie la mama. Yoruba movie 24/7. And you know, the telephone, you are increasing the bill of the telephone. You are increasing the bill of the telephone. You call. Hello, you'll be talking. America, it's not big, but you what kind of smoke and you to body in America, woman, a toilet, here, fresh, you will be talking. Oh, my Balia, oh, my Lord, Bogo Bill, was okay. Their bill is up because of you. Because of you. At the age of 70, you see old women driving cars in America. At the age of 70, they are driving cars. I entered Uber the other day. The woman that is driving the Uber is 74 years old. 74-year-old woman driving Uber in America. Mama, and 50s, you are 50 years old. Hello, Uber. Go and drive Uber. Get busy. Leave the woman alone. Leave the man alone. What is the problem with you, mama? Leave them alone. You see, one thing I found out is that the father-in-laws they're not notorious like this. The father-in-laws, they're always very good. They just come in, they just sit down, they do whatever they gotta do. They go back to Nigeria. They tell you, I can't stay here. This place is too cold. I have some things I want to do in Africa. Then they go there. It's only the mother-in-laws that always come here and become nuisance in this place. Now, if that guy should go and kill that son now, maybe that's the only son they're going to have in their lives. Now they're going to become barren all their life and nobody will actually be able to live after them. Now the girl will go to jail and go and rotting in jail for killing somebody. Now, emotional or whatever it is, psychological effect will kill your own son also. And you'll be there, you'll be happy. There are some of the women, those mama, our mother-in-law. You come to America and say, our mother-in-law is 60. Mother-in-law is 60. Oh, my Lord, the hairdressing salon. He will go to the hairdresser. He will do her nails, do her finger, do her leg, do her hair, do everything. Party the mama, party mama, party lemon, hey, Lord, be carry party me. I tell you, don't invite you. Party the mama, Mama, Lord, me. Mama, oh, Nibo me, don't party the 24/7. They brought you here to come and do babysitter. Irony, you are not sitting no baby. You get your nails done, your hair done, and everything. Party ni mama. Party. Mama will use our keke. All the small boy at the party, mama will be doing highs for them. Anyway, will I say, if I don't see the feeling body, feeling bem body, and so I could be any other so good. Kawaii, I'm going to service yawana. You know what I'm saying? Mama, ni bi mi to lo. Mama, me jaye kuri. Party ni mama lo. So be kini ko. And stuff like that. So be mama was be was a babysitter. Which babysitter? Which babysitter? Which babysitter they come here to do? I believe you women, you mother-in-laws out there, you are listening to this particular broadcast, and even you women with you have a son. You have a son already. Let this one enter your head. Let this one enter into your head. Don't let her grow up in the future and become a nuisance in your son's house. Plan for your life. Go and start a business. Go and look for something to do that will get you busy at the old age. That you won't be coming here to come and sit down and be saying, you want to destroy the life of those kids. They have their own lives to live. You live your own life. Nobody disturbed you. Don't disturb their own lives too. Come on. Thank God I spoke with that lady today. I didn't mean I didn't get to speak with her. I didn't mean I ignored that call. Maybe she could have killed somebody. But I was able to make her to understand you're going to be going to jail. When you are angry, you won't know the consequence of what you're about to do. You will do it, and then later they will say they are taking you to jail. That's when you now start putting your hand in your mouth and say, it will be too late. You see? So when you are angry, always remember one thing about Bambino at the same time. Is it like me? When I'm angry like this, I'm saying, I think at the back of my head, but Mama don't go Shola Bozen Bari wo si to npai. To ba lo punch yan loju, to ba lo cool down, ole one year. But I will just limit my shouting. I will just be shouting. I carry my car key, I go away. When you are angry, you do things that you don't even know what's going to happen after. It is later you will find out. Thank God when she called me, I picked up the phone. 1 o'clock at night, all the way to 5 in the morning, I was on the phone trying to persuade the woman. I was trying to change her mind. You don't want to kill that son. She said, I'm going to give that son a poison, and the son will die, and I will walk away. I said, you will not walk away. Okay? That boy will follow you to the end of your life. That boy, the memory of that boy will kill you. The memory of that boy will send you to jail. The memory of that boy will send you to Arrow. You will become crazy because that boy will appear to you in your sleep. And the man that you killed the boy because will now go and marry another person and will be living his own life. And be living his own life. Alright? Will be living his own life. The best thing for you to do, divorce the guy, take your son, and go and live your life. That's it. Any pastor that is telling you that they have problem with you divorcing somebody, tell them to go kiss the transformer. Very simple. It's a very simple truth. I'm not going to lie to you. Any pastor telling you that don't divorce the man, he said, yeah, we are praying for you. Tell the person to bring his own daughter to go and marry that person. Say, pastor, sir, you have a daughter. Take your daughter, let your daughter go and marry them there. Is it not simple? Very simple. Me, I'm done. Okay? If you don't want me to come to your church anymore, I will move away. I don't have to come to your church to worship God. Okay? Then you walk away. Go somewhere else. Go and worship your own there. At least you are alive. You have chosen life. You are not dead. Understand? Me only just get the me lomo, but this offer me. Any to marry your mommy. Oh man, let marry me. Over marry your mommy. Or marry me big time. Me this minute. Marry me later. My yosi alone. Anytime, 24/7 me marry. Over who by me lost. Over bomi by my one no me. Over do sisa wa worry me. Over jamala worry me benny. Ojo go by anything to marry me benny. E mikini wa marry me. Over marry your mommy. Ozo wa do mama pa mama bobo me so. Won be yala ye na. What it be? I'm not kidding. What it be? Ozo be gini go. tí n bá gbọ́ pé kò tí ẹ pọ̀ mọ́ mi ní wéèrè lásán ó kú nìyẹn mi ò ní tán ẹ jẹ mi ò ní tán ẹ jẹ I'm not lying o mi ò ṣeré o anybody that is actually hiring my daughter right now you are hiring my daughter you say I want to marry Pastor Shola's son daughter ó kún tán rẹ jẹ I'm telling you màá kọ́kọ́ gbé ẹ through screening burúkú àwọn screening kan tó gbé wọ gan ẹ̀mí afẹ́ bọ̀ wá kó fẹ́ yàwó mọ́ wà ló fẹ́ yàwó mọ́ kí ló dé eléyìí ti pọ̀jù. I don't joke with my own kid, though. I don't joke, for real. I don't joke. And I've already trained my son. He cannot go and be beating up his wife. He has never saw me. They didn't see me beating up their mother. I've never done that. Whatever she will do that will make me to beat her, it means that I can't marry her again. I will walk away. I'm not kidding. Anything that will make me to raise up my hands and beat my wife, that particular crime is so much that we can never be together again. Never be together. But what you see, people just don't understand. Your life is very precious. You are married, you are not married, just be alive. Just be alive. Okay? Keep yourself alive. Alright? It doesn't matter. You have a wedding ring, you don't have a wedding ring, keep yourself alive. To be alive is what needed. Very important. That is what is needed, to be alive. That's exactly what is needed. All of these, wala leni, wala lala, you don't need all that. Don't let any pastor complicate your life. Let them go and preach to their children. See this answer. You go and preach to your children. How can a pastor be preaching, take off your ring, take off your earring, and their own daughter is not coming to their church? And you, stupid idiot, you are obeying them. Their own daughter is not obeying them. And you are obeying them. It is a pity. How can somebody be giving rules and regulations in a church and their own daughter is not complying and is not following the rules and regulations and you are following it? And they didn't do anything to their own daughter. Their own daughter is still there. They didn't do nothing to their own daughter. They are not able to be a father. They are not able to control their own home, but they are controlling you. Is that the Bible? Is that the Bible? That's not the Bible now. That's not the Bible. Your own children are not complying. But you're actually busy in another person's business. You know, we are busy in another person's business. Whereas you're supposed to be busy in your own family. You cannot be a father in your own home. Then you are useless in church. You cannot take care of your own family. You are useless in church. What stupid stuff are you preaching? What are you telling us? Are you not supposed to be an example? Are we not supposed to be following you and your family? And your own family are actually they are rebelling against you, and then you are coming here to give us something. Then there is a stupid stuff. They come and teach nonsense. If you get divorced and they're telling you that you cannot remarry, tell them to go and kiss transformer. If you want to get divorced and say, I'm walking away from this stupid relationship, and they say, no, you can't go, say, go and kiss transformer. Tell them that. Tell them to go kiss transformer. Tell them to go kiss transformer. Your life is in the hands of God. It's not in the hands of any pastor. One more person change the message. Why change the message? If it's their own children, they change the message around. If it's another person now, they now start saying, the Bible say, the Bible say. When is your own children? Why didn't you now say, the Bible say, the Bible say? Why are you fighting there? I know myself. Somebody is not going to come here and be beating my own daughter and I'll be saying, the Bible say, the Bible say. I'm a Germany. We go fight there. We go fight to the finish. I'm not kidding. That's why I'm not going to put anybody in any kind of situation in my life. I won't. Let them go and kiss transformer. That's the new campaign now. Tell your pastor to kiss transformer. If he's preaching nonsense, preaching jargons, tell him to kiss transformer. Oh, for you. Hello, sister. Go and walk. Don't let me hold you guys down too much. Let me not hold you guys down too much. You know what I'm saying? Let me not hold you guys down.
I want to tell you the story. Oh, yes.
Let me tell you this story.
Come on. Is coming to
Wait. Before I go, is there anybody there that wants to come online to come and talk to us about this stuff? You have something to say. I'm going to bring you on. I'll bring you on to come and talk about it. You are there. just tell me, bring me on, or probably request to be on my show, and I will bring you in right now. I'll bring you in. If you want to come over and say something real quick, tell me, bring me in, or make a request. Make a request. All right. You know, make a request. Make a request. You want to say something? Is there anybody that wants to say something quickly? I'm going to bring you on my show right now, and then we can talk about it. If you want to be that person, just let me know. Probably make a request real quick, and then I'm going to accept you, and then you'll be on the show. Anybody? I want anybody. Who wants to come? Anybody wants to come, just say, invite me. Type it there, say, invite me, and I'll invite you. And I'll invite you if you're there. Anybody? Oh, my people are afraid. Oh my God. These people are afraid. Bring me in. Okay, let me see this brother. Can we bring this brother in? Oh no. Sorry, we can't bring you in, brother Yomi. Yomi, we can't bring you in. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't find the button. Maybe you should make a request. Make a request real quick if you're there. Yeah, brother Yomi, I'm trying. I couldn't, the link is not there. It's not there for you too, my sister. It's not there. Wow. I'm not sure what's going on, right? I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe you are not a friend. I'm not sure why I couldn't bring it, but if you guys can go and make a request to join my show, make a request to join the show, I will invite you. I will accept you. All right. Let's bring this sister in right now. Come on, accept it, my sister. Accept it and let's talk. Accept the request I already requested for you. Accept it. Come on. The request has been sent to you already. Accept it. Oh, man. This sister is not responding. No. Sister Joy, you are not responding. Look at her. As she said, I should bring her in. All right, let me bring this other sister in real quick. What happened to Sister Rukaya? Can't bring Rukaya in on camera. Why? All right, let me invite this other sister, Sister Obiangeli. Let's see if she's going to come in. The requests have been sent already. Can you approve it? Oh, man. These people are not approving anything. And they said, bring me in. Brother Yomi, Babalola, there is something about your setting that is not allowing me to bring you in. Obiangeli is not coming in too. I don't understand. All right, let's try Sister Cynthia Shaw. Cynthia Shaw, if she's gonna come in. If she's gonna come in, I'm inviting you. Wow. Okay, this person they are not coming in. I'm not sure why. It's not coming in too. Let's try this other person. All right, I'm trying Shehu Obadele. Let's check you out. Accept it and let's see if it's going to work. I don't know what's going on. Put your phone in landscape. Put your phone in landscape. Don't put it on portrait. Put it in landscape. Landscape, not make it horizontal, not vertical. Turn your phone to horizontal, not vertical. And let's see what happens. These people are not coming in. All right. Let's just shut down the whole stuff. I will see you guys later then. I'm not sure what these people are doing. They are just not doing it right. They're not doing it correctly. Let your phone be horizontal, not vertical. Let it be landscape, not portrait. Turn your phone. turn your phone, make it landscape. Wow, they're not coming. All right, let's just go.
To realize
Yeah, you like you.
ọ̀run ilé kékulé tó sọ fún tòfo bí àjò bọ́ sọ fún tọ̀nà ìgbàdà pẹ̀lú Èdùmàrè. It's like the thief in the night. Onílé owó lè ṣẹ́gbẹ̀rẹ̀ mo fẹ́ dogun mo fẹ́ dogun mo fẹ́ kọ́lé láyà rẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ayé ń lò àti ìrajìgbà ọmọ ẹ̀dá láyé àsán màmá ní ọmọ ní o ìrètí àjò lọ títí ìgbà dára kó yí padà kó gbọ́ sólúwà olúwa kò ní pẹ́ dé mọ́ ilẹ̀ tó mọ́ yẹn kò ní pẹ́ sí mọ́ ẹ bá mi sọ fún ọmọ aláìgbọràn òwe òdìbò rẹ̀ ní ìdè kan olúwa kò ní pẹ́ dé mọ́ ilẹ̀ tó mọ́ yẹn kò ní pẹ́ sí mọ́ ẹ bá mi sọ fún ọmọ aláìgbọràn òwe òdìbò rẹ̀ ní ìdè kan. What is the essence of this peace? When we are on the wrong road, when we are on the wrong road, yeah. There is something called eternity. Do you really know? Do you really know? Yeah. Someday when I will leave this place, why distractions? It's my cosplay. It's my cosplay. It's my cosplay. Oh, your friend, oh, your friend.
You know, one thing I said to you people is turn your phone. When you turn your phone, okay, to landscape, instead of turning it, making it to stand, turn it and flip it to sideways. When you do that and you approve it, it's going to come on. You guys are not listening. You guys are not listening. Turn your phone, make it horizontal. I mean, landscape instead of portrait. You know, I don't know. All right, let's just leave it like that. People are not coming. They are not accepting the whole stuff. They don't get it. Mr. Yomi Babalola, there is a setting in your phone that is not making me to see you. I can't add you because there is a setting in your phone that is blocking me from seeing you. All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming on the show with me today. May the God Almighty continue to be with you and bless you guys in Jesus' name. Until I see you guys again tomorrow by the grace of God, keep it gospel and stay tuned. Have a wonderful day. Bye.